Dear gamers, the new DLC is out. We have the 4 new civilizations in this new DLC, and I'm just going to quickly make a video giving you a rundown of what's new, biggest changes, and all that. Okay, the patch notes are not out yet. When they're out, I'm going to cover those too. But the new civilizations are out. There's the Macedonian Dynasty, the Sangoku Daimon, Tuklac Dynasty, and the Golden Horde. So, what is new? Number 1 thing that I'll go through real quick is, over here there is a new thing called the Crucible. Now, the Crucible is really good, and I think it has a crap ton of potential. There's basically 4 maps. They're single player. So you go in, and let's say you take this one, and you can change difficulty. So, there's easiest, easy, intermediate, hard, hardest, ridiculous, outrageous, and absurd. They are actually hard. Okay, like these last 3 are actually really hard. That being said, you can play them with all the civilizations, and there's 4 different maps. So you'll be able to set up like records, as you can see, how much time you can hold out and all that. Now, there's perks. You can disable perks, so you can play without them or you can play with them. Now, if you're wondering, what are perks? Basically, every time you complete the Crucible mission, doesn't matter which one, you will get experience points. When you get experience points, you can use them here to buy perks. Perks are, I'll show you. I'll just run through them quickly. So, this one, Township Level 1. So if you buy it with just 1 time, you get a house, extra house to start with. Level 2, you get a house and a mill. Level 3, you get a lumber camp. Level 4, you get a mining camp. So you basically get a full setup already made. Then there's bigger boroughs. Each level increases the carry capacity of villagers. So, your villagers can carry 15 more resources. Then you have scouting parties, line of sight for scouts. You start with 3__ scouts. Each level increases health of, keeps outposts and all that. So, there's a bunch of them, and it's going to take you a while to unlock these. And I'm sure there's going to be people competing in how far you can survive. Because basically it's a holdout mission. So, people are probably going to be competing with perks. How? Like what the, biggest record is going to be on the each individual map. But also, I am assuming there are going to be perkless runs where people will attempt to basically get big records without any perks, which is, by the way, extremely hard. Extremely hard. So, some of the perks are really good. There's one that's like you start with there's gather time, but there's one. Oh yeah. This one increases the each level increases the number of starting villagers. So, imagine starting with 5 more villagers, which is crazy. So, once you do all that, it has a lot of replayability, by the way, which is really cool because not only there's 4 different maps, there's 8 different difficulties, and then you can do it with every single civilization in the game, which is really cool. Once you load in, let's take Macedonian Dynasty. Every time you spawn, your base will be the same as in the same position. The opponent's civ, I think, is the same, but the waves and the map is randomly generated, which is incredibly important. So, it's not like you can go to the same spot every single time and get the same thing. So, sometimes there's going to be a fighting camp on that spot that you go. Sometimes there's going to be resources. It's going to be different every time, and you need to scout. So, this is what one of the maps looks like. You can see it right there in the bottom right. And every time you start a Crucible match, you will get a boon. So, a boon is a random buff. And from what I know, there's I think over 30 or 40 as of right now, which hopefully they'll increase in the future. I think it's every 10 minutes you get to pick a new boon. I think it's 10 minutes. I might be wrong. Might be
5.
I actually forgot.
But so the
Moment you load in, you can pick up a
boon.
and this is for the whole game.
So,
All units gain 10% of maximum health is
bonus damage on charge. So if you're
playing like French or KT and you want to go Mass Knight or something, this would be a very good one to go for. If you're maybe playing English and you're like, well, this one sucks for me, maybe you can get either Bogey Crown, which is a castable ability, or
Holy Smite. Or you can click choose later.
So for example, I chose Holy
Smite.
So for example, now you want
To go around and scout.
and again, every time you load up a map, this is going to be the same, but everything elsewhere. The resources are where the bonuses
R is going to be different.
So, I'm going to try to get to one of the camps just to show you what it's like. So, there's also camps that once you defeat, you get units unlocked. So, there's stuff like this. Okay, there we go. So, if you kill these, you get a mango. So you can get like a really early mangonel to help you defend, or there's also bigger camps. There's resources you can pick up.
There's a
Market on this specific map you can
trade.
but the other 3 maps are completely different.
They're relics.
Yes, there's relics. There's sacred site.
There's even
Like gold like this. So these things are randomly generated.
like next time it
Might not be a mango nail, it might be some other units, and it might be at a
different location. Oh yeah, there we go.
Berserker Champion 550 HP. So if you get some of these early game abilities, what you can, I don't know if this is
Going to work.
I think it's only, this is only 5 enemies. But you can cast an ability, and if you
Can somehow clear this, you can get a
super early champion, which he can probably solo wave almost.
So, the
Goal of the Crucible is to defend your Cathedral of Divine Wisdom, which is you wonder for whichever civ you're playing.
that's your wonder. And then, there
Is basically optional quests.
if you
Capture this, I think you get units.
and
If you capture this, you get an
ability
If you guys remember from the
campaign from the Sultan's Ascent
campaign where you throw catapults, I
think this is the one. One more
thing that we are seeing here is there are different type of sheep for
now.
I will let you know there is only
3 type of sheep. Or
is there, so yeah, this is random and it's percentage based chance for them to spawn different types of sheep.
so
That is pretty much Crucible.
you can.
See up there you have like scores. Now, this is easy difficulty.
So I'm
Pretty sure that I don't know when they start attacking, but when they do start
attacking. Oh there we go.
you need to defend, and the waves get like increased more and more and more and
More and more. So that's how this works.
we covered Crucibles, which is a big part of this whole DLC.
Like
I said, it's a lot of fun, and I am definitely going to be playing it, and I'm going to try to set some records.
okay,
I see I got perk points 3 cause I stayed in for
3 minutes.
I don't know if AOE4 World is planning something or not, but in game you'll be able to see your score. And I think you can see other players' scores as well.
And there's a
Conqueror mode, by the way, which is actually 9th difficulty technically. Next thing, well, obviously there is going to be the multiplayer stuff, which we're going to get into in a little bit. But some of the biggest things that I can tell you guys about right now is there are new maps:
canyon,
cliff, sanity, craters, dungeon, pneumatic ridges, nomadic tarns, ocean gateway, and I think that's it. So, there's 8 new maps, and obviously 4 new civilizations, variant civs, whatever you want to call them. If you want to know about the biggest changes in this DLC as far as balance changes go, apart from the new civilizations, House of Lancaster manors are reworked, so they do not work the same
anymore. Another pro scouts have been nerfed again.
So, the way pro scouts work is while you're carrying a carcass, you are losing food on the deer. Basically, if you're playing on Dry Arabia, your very first Deer pack, each scout that brings the deer home, so each deer will be losing
About 50 food.
and I think the second deer pack loses about 80 food if I'm not
Mistaken.
So, if you pro scout your first deer pack, you basically will get 6 deer instead of 7. There's other changes, but China and Gushi also received the nerf on the taxes. Again. Another thing that I forgot to tell you is Boar has been buffed. Born has now 202,400 instead of 2,200 food. So yeah, any English buffs? Yes, English has received the buff and that's pretty much it.
Rus. Horse archers are changed. They are completely different now. So they do
not work like the older Rus horse
archers.
There's probably another 1 or 2 changes like that that are
Big.
that I can't remember now.
But again, more on that in a once the passions are out.
So yeah, that's it. What I'm going to be doing next is basically going to be me making a video for each civilization, discussing all the new changes, showing you all the new units, showing you all the new stuff.
So that's going to be 4 videos coming up.
And once I get some games in, I'm going to make a very simple starting build order with each civ.
So by this
time you are already aware of civs, so can immediately get in and have some gameplay. You can have your own build order or playstyle with whichever civ you want to play, cuz I'm assuming everyone has their favorites, right? So, if you're watching this in YouTube video form, thank you so much for watching. Patch notes will be live with you soon. So get over, tune in and subscribe the channel.
Let's keep going.